Christmas with Holly is not actually a Christmas film, but that aside, this film is absolutely adorable and I thoroughly enjoyed it, despite the lack of Christmas. This is a Hallmark film released in 2012, and I can think of no company better than Hallmark to tell this story. It's directed by Allan Arkush and tells the story of a 6-year-old girl whose mother has recently passed away. It's not as depressing as it sounds. Her mother's already gone by the time the film begins, but she now has selective mutism, this 6-year-old girl, and she's being looked after by her 3 uncles on a small island. And part of the narrative is about her coping with the situation and wondering whether or not she'll speak and whether she'll be able to come out of her shell. She meets this wonderful character who is pretty brilliant at helping her just think about different things, mainly toys and fairies, but it worked really well. It's really inspiring, and if ever you want a lesson in how to talk to children, I feel like those scenes are just exemplary. Not that I'm particularly an expert, I'm not that great with children, but watching this, it's an absolute joy to see how people interact with this little girl. Her name's Holly, of course, and how adults respond differently to a child with selective mutism. Obviously, we also have the 3 uncles going through their own different things in lives, and there's a little bit of comedy in it. It's not all doom and gloom. It is primarily a drama, but the 3 uncles, they interact with each other, the things they have in their own lives, just gives us a little bit of comic relief now and then, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. The fact that it's not really a Christmas film didn't really bother me that much. Yes, I would have liked more Christmas because I was in the mood for a Christmas film when I watched this. But the story is so sweet, and everything I hoped for with this happened. It's also not the most predictable. There's one character, I will say, look out for the character of Olive. What I thought would happen with Olive's journey was not what happened, and I was really pleasantly surprised by that, and I really enjoyed it. Ultimately, the narrative is driven by the character of Holly, and she's so sweet, very well acted by Josie Gallina. I really cannot fault this film. I will fault the marketing, because it is being marketed as a Christmas film. It actually starts off pre-Thanksgiving, and it does obviously progress up to Christmas, but the Christmas aspect, it lasts about 5-10 minutes. So if you're looking for a film that will get you in the mood for Christmas, Christmas with Holly is actually not one of them. They could have very easily done this narrative without any Christmas aspect whatsoever, and it still would have been an amazing film. So I enjoyed it. It's not what I expected, but ultimately it's a brilliant narrative that's really well told. It's sensitive, it's delicate, but it's warm and fuzzy and draws you in and makes you just love everybody. There is one character who you're supposed to hate, and I did hate her. The rest of the characters I absolutely loved. Christmas with Holly may not have been what I was hoping it was at the time, but having watched it, I can say that I am pretty pleased with it.